It's not June 1st anymore. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen says June 5th is the last date for the debt ceiling to be raised. This means good news for all the Social Security beneficiaries, including people receiving Social Security, SSI, SSDI, VA, survivors benefits. We have got the exact payment schedule for the month of June, and this news kind of give you peace of mind regarding your benefit payments. So watch this video till the end. We have got all the payment details, which group of beneficiaries will be going to receive their payments without any worries, which payments are holding up. We have got some exact numbers. So let's deep dive into exact calendar, all the exact schedule, all the key dates. Alright guys, so let me go over through the calendar and let me show you some of the important developments as Treasury Secretary shared some more information onto the debt ceiling issue. So she has indicated that June 5th is now a critical date when we might face insufficient funds to pay all of our bills. If an agreement is not reached before June 5th, then we could see delay in various payments. Now, allow me to explain this what it could mean for you, your benefits, and your monthly checks. Recently, there have been a positive signs suggesting that deal onto the debt limit is closed, and there is a reason to be optimistic. We hope that we have a clearer evidence that before midnight tonight. However, at this point, we don't know. We don't got a confirmed agreement or verbal commitment, so we still need to see further updates. Now, without a further ado, let's take a closer look at the calendar and understand the timeline of the event related to debt ceiling debate. Now, remember the previous date to keep in mind was June 1st, 2023. On this day, SSI checks were to be scheduled to be sent out for supplemental security income beneficiaries, and right here onto the June 2nd, all those social security checks would be issued for those who have started receiving their benefits before May 1997. Now, these dates are generally consistent and familiar to everybody who receive their payments. However, guys, the crucial date to note right now is the 5th of the June. This is according to the recent information, this is new target date for the potential year's debt default if an agreement to the raising debt ceiling and implement budget cuts is not reached. Now, what does this mean for those receiving checks onto the 1st and 2nd of the June? Well, there should be no disruptions when it comes down to all those payments which are heading out onto 1st of the June and 2nd of the June. So those group of beneficiaries at least do not need to worry about their benefit payments. Those payments will be going out without any hassles. So regardless of the outcome of the debt ceiling debate, the payment schedule for the June 1st for all the SSI beneficiaries and June 2nd payment, those social security recipient received social security before May 1997, those June 1st and June 2nd payment will be not affected by the debt ceiling negotiations. However, guys, if an agreement cannot be reached and we approach the June 5th without a resolution, then Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen has also warned there won't be sufficient funds to cover all the bills. In a recent article, in a recent letter to Congress, she indicated that Yellen said her department will make more than 130 billion of scheduled payments in first 2 days of the June. So that's we are talking about the 1st of the June and 2nd of the June. So that will be more than $130 billion scheduled payments which will be going out as confirmed by the Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen. And this one including veterans and Social Security and Medicare recipients. So at least those group of beneficiaries, this is a good news for all those group of beneficiaries. And talking about the next detail, during the week of June 5th, Treasury is scheduled to make an estimated of $92 billion of payments and transfers, and this one including roughly $36 billion quarterly adjustment towards Social Security and Medicare Trust Fund, as Yellen wrote. And the most important thing to note right over here is their projected resources would be inadequate to satisfy all of these obligations, as she said. So after the June 5th, we have some of a gray line, some of a gray area when it comes down to social security benefit payments. Now let me elaborate, let me go through the details what it exactly means for you, your benefits. So here is what it means. Yellen also said that she used an extraordinary cash management measure on Thursday, swapping approximately $2 billion of treasury securities between the Civil Service, Retirement and Disability Fund and Federal Financing Bank to stave off potential default debt. The measure was used last in the year 2015, that she said. So when it comes down to the debt ceiling, how government will be going to pay the bills now, let's deep dive into the potential issues that may arise. So if government defaults on its debt and can't pay their bills, they will prioritize the bills that they receive first. So essentially, they will be going to pay off the bills they have in front of them until they run out of the money. So what does that mean? Let me show you. So from June 5th to June 9th, they will continue focusing on paying those bills that will get in front of them first, and then right from the 12th to 14th of the June, right over here, they will be going to prioritize, they will be going to do continuing the same exact thing. So whichever bills they get first, they'll be going to pay it. Then you know what, guys, however, by the time they reach the 14th of the June, this is where the schedule gets trickier, because you know what, they might not have enough or sufficient funds to left over to cover all the social security checks, and that's where the 14th of the June payments comes into the question. Now it's very important to note that government is taking the money from general fund to pay social security, the payroll tax, and the payroll tax is a separate fund which will still provide the necessary funds for social security payments. However, there may be a delay in receiving those payments because government is relying on general funds that may not have enough money to pay social security onto the same day. To clarify this, you will still be going to receive your payments because the money is coming from the payroll tax which is being collected regardless. The government uses the general fund to expedite the payment process, knowing that the payroll tax funds will eventually offset the amount taken from the general fund. So there might be a delay in few days or even a week in receiving your social security payments when it comes down to those payments which are coming right after the 5th of the June, 14th of the June, 21st of the June, 28th of the June. Also talking about the supplemental security income beneficiaries, those receiving the 30th of the June, which is basically 1st July payment coming in early, all of these four benefit payment dates are in kind of a question. So there might be a delay of few days or even a week in receiving your social security payments. Now let's address the timeline and hope the resolution for the June 1st was the initial target and it has been extended until June 5th because Secretary Yellen stated that insufficient funds will be available by that time, that is the June 5th, which is indicating a very critical point. June 5th is basically the last date that gives them few extra days to work towards the solution. And when it comes down to President Biden, he expressed his optimism, which is a positive sign. However, we haven't heard Speaker Kevin McCarthy's perspective yet. He has hinted at progress in the past, but we have to wait and see with additional time what they may continue over negotiation over the weekend to find way forward. I wanted to emphasize that debt ceiling and budget cuts are two separate issues. Raising the debt ceiling is necessary to prevent the US debt default, while budget cuts are separate matter. Currently, there seems to be a manufactured crisis surrounding the economic situation due to these intertwined bills. So guys, to summarize all the important details, the June 1st payment will be going out on a normal schedule. So all the supplemental security income beneficiaries continue to watch June 1st, which is Thursday. Then continue to watch out 2nd of the June for all those group of beneficiaries who received Social Security before May 1997 or those who receiving Social Security and SSI together. Now when it comes down to the next group of benefits, those who receive their benefits according to their birth date. So if your birth date lies between 1st to 10th of the month, your payment schedule date is 14th of the June. If your birth date lies between 11th to 20th, your payment schedule date is 21st of the June. And if your birth date lies between 21st to 31st, your payment schedule date is the 28th of the June. But here is the thing, if you fall among these three group of beneficiaries, then guys, continue to watch out your benefit because still the matter is uncertain, because right after the 5th of the June, Social Security might not have enough funds, so your benefit payments could be delaying few days. So continue to watch out for all the latest news, all the latest updates. And speaking of the 30th of the June SSI payment, those are still in question as well. And once I get any latest details, I will keep you posted. So make sure to hit that like, share this video, subscribe. And this is Kedar from How To Guys. See you in the next video.